Was it last year? Earlier this year, there was a really scary case in Kobe. Those of you in Japan might have heard of this? Kobe no are, 怖かったよ. The one where there was just a random woman coming home from work, and then this guy followed her. Oh dear me, we're about to tell a story. やばいよ、タイミング。なんかいいところに今行ったのに。I'm about to tell a crazy story. Welcome. Oh my gosh. For everybody who didn't hear the part before this, I was explaining why it's scary to open the door to somebody you don't know who comes to your door in the middle of the night. Well, it wasn't the middle of the night. It was like 9 p.m. And I'm like, I don't know this person. I'm kind of scared to answer the bell. The M of Melistocrats, thank you so much for the tip. Thank you. Arigato, thank you so much. Yeah, so no, the story is the reason why it's like scary to like open the door, and I forced this person to like stay outside and just apologize over the intercom. I didn't like open the door for them. I was very reluctant, and it's because there's this crazy story, it was like really sad, from earlier this year, where there was a woman who was just coming home from work in Kobe, which is a city in Japan where they make Kobe beef. And there was this like guy who just followed her into her apartment building. Like there was an auto lock, but he just you know, followed right behind her to pretend he lived there. And then they both went into the elevator together, and then he stabbed her, and then she died in the elevator. Like there was a story like that earlier this year, and it was really scary. And people were talking about how, I mean, at first they were like, oh, does she work like in the nightlife? Does she know this person? Was it a revenge thing? But then they investigated, and turns out she didn't know this man, and the man didn't know her. Like they were strangers, and he just he just decided for no reason to follow her. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't matter. But of course, like people are going to ask those questions online, because I think it's just the nature of the society. But regardless, right? But it was actually a random killing, which makes it so scary. So now I'm very scared. I'm like looking behind me to see if anyone is like nearby. You know, at night when the moon is shining, and sometimes you can see your shadow and it's kind of long, and I think about how, oh, if my shadow is kind of long, that means if somebody's following me, I would be able to see their shadow approach me before they are actually near enough, and I'd be able to turn around. And I think about that all the time when I walk at night. Yeah, you ever look at your own shadow and you think, oh, my shadow is kind of long, so if somebody is following me and I don't want to alert them, I just have to, you know, stay alert and stare at my own shadow to be sure. But yeah, it would be too late then. Yeah, if I hear any weird noise, I would turn around. I think for a lot of people here, if you like look like you notice them, then they might stop following you, I think. Yeah, but it's kind of scary for sure. Oh, and I forgot, but thank you so much, Mina, for the raid, and welcome all the villagers, and you're welcome for this story. But it's like part of the reason why I don't, well, besides the NHK reason, it's like I'm kind of very cautious about opening doors and stuff, or like riding the elevator with strangers as well in your apartment. A lot of people here actually will I've noticed other women do this. Even with me in the elevator as a fellow woman, they would still basically pretend to walk in a different direction after they get off the elevator. I've noticed. I mean, she didn't do a very good job, so as the elevator was going up, like she got off the elevator before me, and then I saw her walk in a different direction and then turn around and walk back to another direction on the same floor to, you know, sort of not let me know which direction she lives in, but I saw her turn around, so I was like, oh, that's what she's doing. So it was interesting to see that actually happen. But yeah, but people people do that sort of thing, or they'll like purposely get off a different floor, not the actual floor that they actually live in, just so that you don't know what floor they live in. Yeah.